Have you ever been to a baseball game and seen someone just like meticulously scribbling away in a little booklet? Well, you've seen a tradition that's basically as old as baseball itself. But keeping score, it is so much more than just tracking stats. It's really about capturing the story of the game, play by play, right there in the palm of your hand.
And this quote, man, it just gets right to the heart of it. Scorekeeping takes a moment that's over in a flash, a great catch, a game-changing hit, and turns it into a permanent record. A story you can come back to years later. It's like your own personal time capsule of that day at the ballpark.
And trust me, it's a language anyone can learn. So forget about feeling intimidated. We are going to break down the absolute basics so you can walk into your very next game and score it with confidence. All right, so let's get right into it.
Okay, first things first, let's get to know our canvas, the scorecard itself. Yeah, at first glance, it probably looks like a super confusing grid, right? But I promise, every single one of those little sections has a very specific job to do. The best way to think about it is like this. The lineup section, that's your cast of characters. The big box grid is where the plot unfolds, scene by scene. The pitcher section lets you track the performance of one of the main characters. And that total line at the bottom gives you the final box score summary. And the notes section, well, that's for your director's commentary.
Okay, now for the absolute foundation of scoring. This is key. To tell the story, you've got to know the character's secret code names. And in baseball, every single defensive position has a number.
So, learning these 9 numbers, that's probably the most important first step you can take. And it's not random. There's a logic to it. We start with the pitcher, who's number 1, and the catcher, number 2. From there, you just kind of move counterclockwise around the infield and then go from left to right in the outfield. Seriously, the most important thing you can do is just get these memorized. This is the basic alphabet of scoring. Just take a second to look at this table. Pitcher is 1, catcher 2, first base 3, and so on. Once you've got these in your head, you've basically got the key to unlock and describe almost any play on the field.
So, we know who made the play using their position number, but what exactly happened during that at-bat? Well, for that, we use a really simple set of symbols and abbreviations.
Look, you do not have to learn all of these at once. Let's just focus on the big ones to get you started. A single is just 1B. A home run, HR. A walk, or base on balls, is BB. And a strikeout is just a K. Seriously, with just those 4, you can already score a huge chunk of any game.
Okay, this is where the magic really happens. We're going to put it all together now, the numbers and the symbols, to actually record a full play. Let's see how this thing builds.
You've heard the announcers say it a million times, right? And they turn the 6-4-3 double play. It sounds kind of complex, but it's actually the perfect story told in just 3 little numbers. So picture this. Runner on first, batter hits a sharp grounder right to the shortstop.
So here's how we write that story down. The shortstop, that's position 6, he fields the ball. Boom, that's our first number. He throws it to the second baseman, position 4, who steps on the bag for out number 1. That's our second number. Then, the second baseman pivots and fires it over to the first baseman, position 3, for the second out.
And there you have it. It's so elegant, right? That entire fluid, amazing athletic sequence all captured perfectly with just 3 numbers. 6, 4, 3. That's it. You've just scored a double play.
All right, 3 outs. Half inning's over. But before we just jump to the next one, a good storyteller needs to do a little bit of housekeeping. It just keeps the narrative clean and easy to follow. Think of this as your little end of inning ritual. Just draw a simple slash so it's clear where the inning ended, tally up your runs and hits for that inning, and just glance up to make sure your totals match the big scoreboard. I know it sounds like a lot, but this whole checklist takes like 10 seconds, and it keeps your entire scorecard accurate and organized.
So now we've covered the fundamentals. But you know what? Here's the best part. There is no single correct way to keep score. The whole point is to create a record that you can understand.
I love this quote from an MLB official scorer because it's so freeing, right? It's not about being perfect, it's about being clear. If you can look back at your scorecard later and retell the story of what happened in the game, you are doing it right, period. So yeah, have fun with it. Get creative. Maybe you use a blue pen for hits and a red one for outs. Why not? You could add a little star for an amazing defensive play. Track the pitch count if you feel like it. Just start with the basics we went over today, and as you get more comfortable, you can add all the little details that matter to you. And really, this quote says it all. A little coffee stain, a scribble where you got too excited, that's all part of the charm.
Scoring connects you to the rhythm of the game in a way that just watching never, ever can. It really makes you an active participant, not just a spectator.
So there you have it. You've got the language now. You can read and write the story of a baseball game. The next time you're at the park, or even just watching from home, grab a pencil. The diamond is waiting. Go tell its story.